In our last video, we talked about the one positive style of communication, and that is assertive. We want to be able to ask for what we want or need in a healthy way. And we introduced to you the 3 Ps, that you would pray, process what you're feeling and thinking, and then plan what you're going to say when you're not emotional about the issue. Now, this is a video that will teach you how to actually do that planning part. We want you to be able to plan what you're going to say, and so we have created a formula to help you be assertive, and it's going to feel a little bit like training wheels at first. It's a little bit stilted, but we have found it to be largely successful with ourselves and with couples that we've worked with.
Yeah.
So let's break it down for you.
Thanks. Yeah, and so, as Abigail said, this is like training wheels. The goal of the formula is to give a positive way of speaking that really includes every component that you really need to know that the conversation can go well. Now, over time, though, you're going to adopt it to be your own, and that's what we want you to do. So the way the formula works, the first thing you're going to do is share a feeling. I know there's some of you going, oh, I don't like to share feelings. I know. But what we don't need you to be is in the moment of the feeling. Now, we have a whole video series on personality. And so we know that some people are a lot more emotionally steady, that they process their feelings on the inside. And by the time you actually want to share it, then it's actually more of a thought than the actual feeling. Others love to share their feelings in the moment. We call that lower emotionally steady. And we realize that no matter where you are, you have a feeling. This isn't going to bug you if you don't have a feeling about it. We don't have feelings about non-emotive things.
And we're emotional people. We're created with emotions and feelings. Now, some of us are in a habit of not really being comfortable sharing them, or some of us share them more frequently, like Scott said, depending on your personality. But it also depends on your upbringing and what you saw modeled for you. But we have learned that it is helpful and successful for you to be able to identify those.
Yeah, and so you can actually go to thefamilygreenhouse.com/tools and download our version of the feeling tree. And the idea is that there are certain words like mad, sad, that we use.
We overuse.
Well, we definitely overuse to try to describe everything we're feeling. But it's kind of like the word love. I love my wife. I love my kids.
You love pizza.
I do love pizza, but not as much as my wife. I love watching football, but not as much as my wife. And you see, when we use a word like love, it can mean has a large connotation. So does sad, so does mad, and so does scared. And so what we want to do is give you a wider vocabulary, using a word like isolated, or neglected, or irritated versus well, my mind blanked. What's another?
Well, just mad.
Yeah, just mad, or off the chart, furious. That's the word I was looking for, furious. And there's a big difference between those words. And so using a word to describe what you're feeling is so important. This is the hard one, though, right? Is to actually share a positive about the person and the situation. This
is important because it helps them to not feel defensive, like you're attacking them, because you're actually giving an example of something that they've done well regarding this issue. If you can't think of a positive, it probably means you're too upset to talk about it.
And that's the truth. And so you want to be able to share the positive in a good way. And it has to be about the topic, right? You can't say, hey, I'm really frustrated. Your hair looks great, but I wrecked the car. That's like a whiplash moment, right? We don't want to do that. So instead, you want to be able to say what it is they've done well on this topic. I'm frustrated. I appreciate how hard you work, but you didn't take the garbage out today, and you said you would, and so I'm frustrated because I didn't know it. So the issue isn't that they're bad or a loser, or they never take out the garbage. The issue is that, or they're lazy, it's that they didn't do it today, you didn't know it. And you want to keep it about the issue, and by saying a positive about the person, the situation, you can do that, which then allows you to get to the issue.
Yeah, the real issue you want to frame then in I language, as you've been going along with this, that it's not an issue that's all their fault. It's an issue that is a problem outside of them. And so by using that I language, you're addressing the actual issue. So maybe the issue is the trash didn't go out, or maybe the issue is that the dishes didn't get done, or that there's not enough money in the account, or whatever it is. But you're already framing it in a way that allows them to receive it and not feel attacked about it. But you're not even actually going to talk about that issue right then, because tell them what comes next.
Yeah, well, then what you're going to do is you're going to schedule a time to come back and talk about it.
You're not even going to talk right then.
And the reason being is your partner needs an opportunity to process themselves. So we recommend going back to the last video of pray, process, plan. Let them have that same opportunity so that they're not having that feeling of defensiveness or being blindsided that there is even an issue. Now, I know that for some of the speakers out there, more aggressive speakers, you're going to want to go right away. But remember, we don't want you to be aggressive. We want you to be assertive, and we want you to be loving to your partner. So therefore, let them do the pray or deep breath, process, and plan, and come back to you by scheduling the time. Now, our next video, we're going to talk about active listening, because there's another component to this that's really going to make this even healthier. So make sure you tune into our next video.